Hi, welcome to my channel Engineering Math Support. In this video we are going to see about partial fractions. So watch the video till the end. Let's move on to the video. Partial fractions. Resolving a given fraction into partial fractions is nothing but expressing it as a sum of two or more simpler or proper fractions. Partial fraction means we can write the given fraction into sum of or addition of two or more simpler or proper fractions. Definition of proper and improper fraction. A rational fraction f of x divided by g of x is called a proper fraction if degree of f of x is less than degree of g of x. A rational fraction f of x divided by g of x is called an improper fraction if degree of f of x is greater than or equal to degree of g of x. Example for proper fraction. Suppose you will have a fraction like this. If you observe the numerator degree is 1 and the denominator degree is 2. Degree of f of x is less than degree of g of x. So therefore we call this fraction as proper fraction. If you observe this fraction, the numerator degree is 2 and the denominator degree is 3. So therefore f of x degree is less than g of x. So therefore we call this fraction as proper fraction. Example for improper fraction. X square plus x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2. So if you observe the numerator degree is 2 and if you observe that denominator degree is also 2, so 2 is greater than or equal to 2, so therefore this fraction is an improper fraction. Take another example. X power 4 divided by x square plus 1 into x plus 2. So if you observe that numerator degree, that is 4. If you observe the denominator degree is 2, here 1, so totally we will have the degree is 3. So now the numerator degree is greater than or equal to the denominator degree. So therefore this fraction is called improper fraction. Partial fraction of proper fraction. Type 1. Partial fractions of f of x divided by g of x when g of x contains non-repeated linear factors, that is the denominators of the form non-repeated linear factor. So we can write the partial fraction as a by ax plus b, where capital A is a real number. Example, x divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2. Now if you observe the denominator, it is non-repeated linear factors. So therefore we can apply the partial fraction as a by x plus 1, b by x plus 2. Suppose we'll have a fraction like this, x square plus x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3. So if you observe that denominator, it is non-repeated linear factors. All that factors are different. So therefore, we can apply our partial fraction as a by x plus 1 plus b by x plus 2 and c by x plus 3. In this partial fraction, we have to remember one thing. Number of powers in the denominator equal to the number of constants what we are introduced in. Partial fractions of f of x divided by g of x when g of x contains repeated linear factors, that is 1 by ax plus b whole power n equal to a1 divided by ax plus b plus a2 divided by ax plus b the whole square plus etc plus an divided by ax plus b whole power n, where a1 comma a2 etc an are real numbers. Example, if the given fraction is of the form x by x plus 1 the whole square. So if you observe this, it is a repeated linear factor. This x plus 1 is repeated twice here, so it is called repeated linear factor. We can write the partial fraction as a by x plus 1 plus b by x plus 1 the whole square. Constant we can introduce as we like. We can introduce as a1 a2 a3 like that, or we can use abcd also. Suppose x square plus x plus 1 divided by x plus 2 the whole cube. If you observe this, the denominator power is more than the numerator power. Numerator power is 2, the denominator power is 3. F of x degree is less than g of x, so it is a proper fraction. If you observe this, it is repeated linear factor form. So you can write the partial fraction as a by x plus 2, b by x plus 2 the whole square plus c by x plus 2 the whole cube. So this is the way we can express the partial fraction for the repeated linear factors. Suppose we will have both in a fraction, that is repeated factors as well as non-repeated factors, like this x divided by x plus 1 and x plus 2 the whole square. So we have to apply both the types in the partial fraction. That is, it is a non-repeated factor, so we can introduce a constant for that, a by x plus 1. If you observe the second term, it is a repeated linear factor, so for that we will have this procedure. A already we are used, so I will use now b divided by x plus 2, and for the next term c divided by x plus 2 the whole square. So this way we can write our partial fraction when the denominator consists of non-repeated linear factor as well as repeated linear factor. Type 3. Partial fractions of f of x divided by g of x when g of x contains non-repeated irreducible factors, that is 1 divided by ax square plus bx plus c. So in that, if you observe the denominator, we can't able to factor this denominator. That's why we call this denominator as irreducible factor. Once if you are getting the fraction like this, we can express our partial fraction as ax plus b divided by ax square plus bx plus c, where capital A and B are real numbers. Example, if you are getting the fraction as like this, x square plus x plus 1, see that we can't able to factor the denominator, so we can express the partial fraction as ax plus b divided by x square plus x plus 1. Suppose we are having a fraction like this, x square plus 9 into x square plus 4 equal to, if you observe this, it is also non-repeated irreducible factors. We can apply the partial fraction as ax plus b divided by x square plus 9, and here cx plus d divided by x square plus 4. This is the way we can write the partial fraction for the given non-repeated irreducible factors. Type 4. Partial fractions of f of x divided by g of x when g of x contains repeated irreducible quadratic factors, that is 1 divided by ax square plus bx plus c whole power n equal to a1x plus b1 divided by ax square plus bx plus c plus a2x plus b2 divided by ax square plus bx plus c the whole square plus etc. plus anx plus bn divided by ax square plus bx plus c whole power n. Here, if you observe, the power of the quadratic factor is n. Each power we are going to write a term like this. So here, if you observe, the power is 1. Here, if you observe, the power is 2. Finally, if you observe, the power is n, where a1, a2, etc. an and b1, b2, etc. bn are real numbers. Example, if you're having the fraction like this, x square plus x plus 1 whole power 2. If you observe this, it is a irreducible quadratic factor, and if you observe, the power will be 2. So therefore we can express our partial fraction as ax plus b divided by x square plus x plus 1 plus cx plus d divided by x square plus x plus 1 the whole square. Suppose if you are having both the types, type 3 and type 4 in a fraction, x square plus x divided by x square plus x plus 1 into x square plus 3x plus 1 the whole square. If you observe that denominator, we come to know that the first term is non-repeated irreducible factor, and if you observe the second term, it is in the form of irreducible quadratic factor. It repeated twice. We can express our partial fraction as ax plus b divided by x square plus x plus 1 plus cx plus d, here x square plus 3x plus 1, and we can write ex plus f divided by x square plus 3x plus 1 the whole square. This is the way we can express when the g of x contains both the types non-repeated irreducible factor and repeated irreducible factor. Partial fraction of improper fraction, we call it as type 5. If an improper rational fraction f of x divided by g of x is given for splitting into partial fractions, suppose they are given a improper fraction, in that case we have to write our partial fraction as f of x divided by g of x equal to q of x plus r of x divided by g of x, where we call this q of x as quotient and this r of x is the remainder when f of x is divided by g of x. Example, x power 4 divided by x square minus 3x plus 2. If you observe, the numerator degree is 4, the denominator degree is 2. So therefore 4 is greater than or equal to 2. So it comes under improper fraction. So once if you are getting improper fraction, we have to divide that f of x by g of x. So here our f of x is x power 4. The g of x is x square minus 3x plus 2. Here we need x power 4, but here we will have x square. To get that x power 4, I will multiply that given term by x square. So the term will become x square into x square is x power 4 minus 3x into x square is minus 3x cube plus 2 into x square is plus 2x square. If you subtract this, the symbols will change, positive into negative, negative into positive. Now the x power will get cancelled. Here we will have 3x cube minus 2x square. Now if you observe this term, we will have 3x cube. To get the 3x cube, we have to multiply this x square by plus 3x. We will get the term as 3x cube minus 3x plus 3x is minus 9x square plus 2 into 3x is 6x divided by, if you subtract this, the 3x cube is getting cancelled and we will have 7x square minus 6x. Now we need here 7x square, here we will have x square, so multiply that term by 7. So we'll get 7x square minus 3x into 7 is 21x plus 14. If you subtract this, 7x square will get cancelled. Here we will have 15x minus 14. So therefore, we can express this x power 4 divided by x square minus 3x plus 2 as q of x. This is your quotient and this is your remainder and this is your g of x. We can express this x power 4 divided by x square minus 3x plus 2 as q of x, that is x square plus 3x plus 7 plus here r of x is 15x minus 14 divided by g of x is x square minus 3x plus 2. So now we are reduced this improper fraction into proper fraction. If you observe this, it is a proper fraction. We know the procedure for writing partial fraction for the proper fraction. So applying that, we can express this term. Another example, x square plus 7x plus 3 divided by x square plus 7x plus 10. If you observe the numerator degree, that is also 2. The denominator degree is also 2. So 2 is greater than or equal to 2. It is a improper fraction. For the improper fraction, we have to divide that f of x by g of x. Here the f of x is x square plus 7x plus 3. Here the g of x is x square plus 7x plus 10. Here if you observe x square, here also x square is there, so multiply by it 1. So 1 into x square plus 1 into 7x is 7x plus 1 into 10 is 10. If you subtract this, the first two terms will get cancelled. You will get minus 7. Therefore, we can express our given improper fraction as this is your quotient, this is your remainder. So quotient is 1, remainder is minus 7 divided by g of x is x square plus 7x plus 10. So now we can rewrite this as 1 minus 7 divided by x square plus 7x plus 10. So it is of the form proper fraction. We know how to apply the partial fraction for this, and we can easily express it as a partial fraction. I hope you will understand the concept. So many of them will have the doubt why we want to learn this partial fraction. So behind the screen, you may see a line and some cows are standing. By seeing that, you remember a story in the school days. So line, if you consider it as an operator or an integration form, if you assume the cows are like the fractions what you have seen so far, the functions are in a group, we can't able to apply the operator or integration. Now we can use this partial fraction and we can separate the terms. We can easily apply the integration or the operator. So same as the lion and cow. When the cows are standing in a group, the lion can't able to hunt it. When they are alone, it easily hunt it. Kindly subscribe for more videos. Thank you.